All right, another very beautiful Saturday morning is here. Very beautiful Saturday morning in this month of beauty. And I say a warm welcome. We're still in the year 2019. That is the year of the lights, superfluous light shining everywhere, impacting the world everywhere, impacting my environment everywhere. And what can I tell you? The month of August remains the month of beauty. I beautify my environment. Whatever I touch is beautified. And I also know that you are doing the same. Right now, it's time for us to talk sports as usual. It's your Saturday morning's delight. You call it Sports Safari. Emenike Agu is my name. Always a pleasure talking sports right here. And what can I tell you? It's another beautiful day. And we have so much for you on the card. Just as we are coming into the studio, not quite a good news, not quite one. Nigeria's former Super Eagles coach, very successful coach, Samson Siasia, got into the news all for the wrong reasons, as news came from the World Football Governing Body that Samson Siasia has been suspended, for life. Isn't that a hard one? For life. All right, we'll give you details of all of that as he is being accused of bribery by the FIFA Ethics Committee. The last of that is not heard yet, but it's also another glorious news coming from Europe as more of the European leagues open up in football. And what can I tell you? What a way to kick off the 2019-2020 soccer season in Spain. La Liga. Barcelona, almighty Barcelona, defending champions, got booted and got pummeled by Athletic Bilbao. Perennial rivals, I tell you. It's not always easy when these two teams clash. But with all the big names and all the big stars, Athletic Bilbao pipped Barcelona by a lone goal. What a goal to open La Liga's season. It can stay as the goal of the season as far as I'm concerned until I see a better goal. We'll tell you more about that. But let's also remind you that all roads are leading to Morocco 2019 African Games, and it is formally called All Africa Games. We've been talking about it in the past couple of days. There will be much more. Team Nigeria has also left, for Morocco for the event that will open up in the next couple of days. All right, we'll keep you posted. So much to talk about today. Nigerian women are in the finals of the Afro Basketball Championship taking place in Dakar, Senegal. And what can I tell you? They are the defending champions. Will they retain the title once again? Nigeria is the superpower of basketball as we speak. Don't ask me about Angola. Don't ask me about Tunisia. Don't ask me about Senegal. Don't ask me about Côte d'Ivoire. But I tell you, it will snowball into a very beautiful, rewarding discussion that we are going to have here in the studio, talking about youth development in sports, mirroring into basketball right here on Sports Safari. And I tell you, we will have a very special guest. When it's time, I'll bring him on. He's been here a couple of years back, all the way from Cambodia in Asia. A Nigerian, I must tell you, doing wonderful things in Asia, doing great things in Cambodia. When the time comes, we will unveil him. Right now, sit back, settle down. Let's go for a quick break. When we return, we will give you all the stories breaking in the exciting, bubbling, electrifying world of sports. This is Sports Safari. Once again, welcome.
Many people long for success. They desire to do something with their lives, to make a difference in society, to become famous, or to become great. We all have the want to move from ordinary to extraordinary, to make the leap from good to great, to turn the seed of greatness that is in us into a fruitful field, and to fulfill the call of God upon our lives. From Reverend Dr. Chris Oyakhilome comes this new and riveting book, The Power of Your Mind. Do you want to do something extraordinary with your life? See, God has given you an excellent tool to use in your journey of greatness. It is called your mind. Learn how to walk in divine excellence through the power of a renewed mind. Get your copy of The Power of Your Mind today.
Okay, welcome back. This is Sports Safari, and we are live in Lagos, Loveworld Plus. Wherever you are watching us around the world, we always do this every Saturday morning, and this very beautiful location, we have a set of special guests all the way from Cambodia, that Asian country that is fast growing into a powerhouse when it comes to sports. And one man that is solidly working tirelessly, making sure that Cambodian sports is what it is today. He's a Nigerian, hard-working Nigerian, a professor he is, and he's been on this set a couple of years back. We are happy to have him back here. Anytime he gets into Nigeria, he always comes to share experiences with us. But on this occasion, he's here with his son, and who is also a budding talent, moved from football into basketball. All right, let's welcome Professor Ken Gadaffi back into the studio. Hey, Prof.
Hi, Emenike. It's good to have you.
Good to have you.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me once more.
Welcome back to Nigeria. This is your home.
Of course, it had always been.
Welcome back.
Thank you so
You're
much.
looking good.
Yeah,
really
always.
looking good. Okay. And sitting next to you, how big he has grown. Humphery Gabriel, how are you?
I'm doing good, sir.
Glad to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you.
We are happy to have you in Nigeria. All your years you've spent in the United States. Let me tell our viewers a little bit more about both of you, starting from Ken Gadaffi, who is a special advisor to Cambodian Olympic Committee, a position he has occupied for many years. And I tell you, Cambodian sports are happier for it, are better off for it, because sports is growing in Cambodia. This man. Come back and do it for Nigeria.
I am always available.
Okay. He is also the director of an international sports academy known as RSIS. I just want to call it RISAS.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. And an entrepreneur in agriculture, doing so much in Cambodia, doing so much back in Asia, but he finds time to visit fatherland and also help sports grow in Nigeria. And one of the evidences right here is sitting next to him, Humphery Gabriel, who left Nigeria 12 years ago at the age of 9, and took part in Arsenal Soccer School Academy in London in 2012 and moved to United States in 2013. Joined Barcelona Academy from 2013 to 2014 in Arizona. He played for Mesa Ridge High School soccer and basketball teams in 2014 to 2016 before moving to Elite Prep School in 2016 and 2017. Hey, brother, your CV is intimidating. All right. He played for the young team in 2017 and 2018 and returned to Cambodia. Papa calls.
Exactly.
All right, and that was 2018, and he did not stop there. He played for Extra Just Fighters in the Cambodia Basketball League and are currently top of the Cambodia Basketball League 2019, where Humphery Gabriel was the youngest player to play in the Cambodian Basketball League in its inaugural edition back in 2013. This is Extra Just.
Yeah.
This is Extra Just. That's the Cambodian basketball team playing in the basketball league in Cambodia. Yeah. Hey, guys.
We both play for the same team.
Father and son in the same team. Professor and Humphery, guys, welcome.
Thank you very much
Welcome.
once again, Emenike.
Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Great to have you here. Great to have you here. Prof, let's before we go into this discussion, we saw the Nigerian women,
Yes.
the Afro basketball,
Absolutely.
beating Mali, one of the toughest opponents, nicely there, and they are in the finals where they will meet the host nation, Senegal, who also dispatched Mozambique. I'm sure you saw that match.
Yes.
What are the chances of Nigeria? Nigeria is the defending champions, but this is Senegal, the home team.
Yeah, I think before they left, a lot of fans were a little bit apprehensive because they are playing in Dakar, where Senegal definitely were tipped to be favorites to get to the final. Home advantage, the crowd, the support will definitely be on their side. But I think the experience we saw from the Tigress, from the World Championship and things will really come into bear this time around. And I'm sure Coach Denabi has the antidote to neutralize whatever Senegal is going to do. So they are definitely going to be worthy champions at the end of the day.
That match comes up on Sunday in 24 hours, and we hope that Nigeria will retain their title, against Senegal. All right. We use that to welcome you into the studio. Hey, Prof. Okay. What has changed from the last time you were in Nigeria? Let's talk about sports. No politics. We don't talk politics.
No,
all right.
Actually, like the last time I came, I just came for a short visit, and then at that point in time, I saw that a lot of budding talents are really wasting. And then immediately I took up the mantle to decide to do something, and thereby setting up my academy here. I run an academy, Rising Stars International Sports Academy in Cambodia, which has been I would say was the pioneer of youth grassroots development in Cambodia. And it's blooming now. There's close to over, I would say nearly 100 academies in Cambodia, So, frankly speaking, when I came back and I decided to set up one, and we have one now in Mowe in Ogun State, and we have another one in Agbo in Delta State. Okay. So I just came back after about 8 months now. They have been running. I came to conduct some coaching clinics for them, train the coaches, and also train the kids, and give them some kind of hope they can develop to become world stars. Depending on how serious they take it. So that's exactly what I'm doing at the moment.
The International Sports Academy in Mowe and Agbo, is it football? Is it basketball? Is it all sports?
Yeah, it's all sports. The idea is to make it all sports. But football is quite popular. So we started with football. And while I'm in the country too, I've been going around scouting for basketball players. I've been to the Row Park. I've been to one of the training centers in Bagada. And I see a lot of young talent, I would say that, Emenike, funny enough, I started playing basketball when I was 33.
When the bones are already weak.
And I quitted when I was 48. Well, fortunately, I was playing in Asia, whereby size was a very good advantage for me. But the physicality was very there, and it came from my background as a soccer player. So when I saw kids, 15, 12, playing basketball, I was very, very impressed. Because we never had the opportunity when we were young. Everybody was playing football. So I think, especially I would want to use this opportunity to commend the Lagos State Basketball Association and what former NBA star Olumide Oyedeji is doing with his hoops and
great
beats.
Legend.
Yeah, he's a great legend, and it's really set a very, very good example what ex-players can do, bring back to the people. For some, they will have stayed back in the US or in Britain, but he's here training these kids, bringing out the best from them. And I like what he's doing. Oops and read. Because this is the message we're passing across to parents to ensure that their kids need to not only study, but they have to play. And at the same time, not only play,
they have to study. Important. Okay, that's a good one. Except that I've forgotten all the Cambodian language you taught me.
Yeah, I told you.
Teach me one more time.
Okay, I told you about
Soksabai.
Soksabai, that's hello.
Soksabai, oh, hello.
Yeah, Soksabai te.
Soksabai te.
Ba, Kiom Sabai.
Hey, Tinto, He's taking me in there. Let's go through it again. Soksobai.
So Soksobai, Kiam Soksobai,
Kiam Soksobai.
Yeah, are you a very fast learner?
Soksobai.
Soksobai thing.
Wow. All right. To all our viewers, we're just speaking Cambodia there because these gentlemen, my guests, are all the way from Cambodia. They are Nigerians. Humphery Gabriel is Professor Ken Gadaffi's son, who has played football in England and the United States of America, went through high school, okay, and is on his way to college, or how do you call it over there? Boy in Nigeria is university.
Exactly.
All right, and he is prominent in basketball and was, of course, I told you, the youngest player to play in the Cambodian Basketball League at the inaugural edition in 2013, and he is still playing basketball. Soksobai.
Soksobai.
I've not forgotten.
Of course.
Yes.
All right, share your experiences with us.
I've had a few experiences. I've been lucky enough to travel and been to a lot of different places and seen a lot of different things. And also, in the transition from playing football to playing basketball, at first it was a little bit difficult for me, but I enjoyed the game. I started watching basketball at around the age 13 or 14, and I was very interested in it, so I decided to just start playing for fun. I just saw the game and I enjoyed it, so I started to play, and eventually I started to get better, and that leads to where we are now, I guess.
You know, I went through your profile here. Boy, you have seen, you know, better days of basketball at the school level. All right, let me share that experience too. What was it like transiting from football to basketball? Is it because Daddy plays basketball too and teaches basketball?
No, not really. I don't really know how the transition came about. I just love sports in general. I like to move around, like to play a lot. So that's where the interest to play a new sport came. And over there in Cambodia, we played football mostly. But when our school started to develop other sports, we decided to just start playing a new sport just for fun, because I mean everyone wants to play sports. And
yes, play of the day from Cambodia. Talk to me about what we are watching now.
So in this play, we were down at this moment, and I I was trying to get to the rim, and as you can see, the defender stops me at first, and I just based on instinct and what I practiced, I just decided to spin, and hopefully the rim would be there, and it was. So that's what.
And it won the play of the day for that tournament. All right, let's allow our viewers enjoy a few more clips and from your action. Daddy also played in the same team with you, Extra Just.
Yes,
Extra Just. Listen, I have a son who is 17 who is also playing basketball. So I'm going to dress him Extra Just, you know, after this show, so that he will understand. We will from there come and talk about youth development in Nigeria, sports, from your experience. I won't say junketing, I will say traveling. Traveling from China to Cambodia all the way, and all sports. Yeah. All right, here are some clips of this talented young man here in the studio, sometimes playing in the same team with Daddy, you know, back there in Cambodia. That's an Extra Just basketball team in the Cambodia Basketball League. We will be back.
Peñalosa. To Oracle. Pass to Humphrey. A statement by number 12.
You know, you can never, it's like a golden fish. Once you look at that clip, you will see a gentle giant in the midst of, but you have also told us, a little bit about playing basketball, coming from football, But beautiful clips we saw there from Cambodian Basketball League, and you and Humphrey play for Extra Jaws Fighters in Cambodia. All right. Let's talk a little bit about development of sports as it affects the youth. Of course, Nigeria, the population is predominantly youthful. Sports plays a very big role, in nation building. But let's look at sports as it is set up in Cambodia. You are the Olympic Committee advisor for the Cambodia National Olympic Committee. So you must have seen it all, both in terms of organization, in terms of preparation, in terms of competition, championships, and all of that in Asia. Are there striking differences from the way things are done in Nigeria?
Well, there's a big difference, frankly speaking, and it's surprising that Nigeria has not learned from the mistakes in the past, talking about youth development. Excuse me. In the past, we used to play sports in schools. And like you said, sport is all about youth. And I don't know, for Nigeria, the Ministry of Sports is separate from the Ministry of Youth. I don't know, but in Cambodia, we have the Ministry of Youth, Ministry of Education, Youth, and Sports. So it's like three ministries in one.
In marriage.
In marriage. And when we talk about people who are involved in sports, they are young people. But unfortunately, in Nigeria, most kids get involved actively in sports when they are already 15, 16.
Which is rather too late.
Which is rather too late. And at that stage, they will tell you that they are 10 years old. Yesterday, I was training in my academy, and I asked, one kid said he wants to join. And I said, how old are you? He said, he's 15. And it's just like this.
It's like 9 years?
Exactly. It looks like 9 years. And this is something we will do. Then I will say, okay, it's 9 years, I put him in under 10. No, it's completely wrong. So talking about what we did in Cambodia, when I became the advisor in 2008, just after Beijing Olympics, and the first thing I did was to draw what we call a master plan, a developmental plan. And I looked into what they were doing wrongly, which I tried to correct, was that, hey, we need to go into youth development. So the first thing I did was set up academies, create opportunities for young students, competitions for schools, and this is where it all started. And to God be the glory, in 2014, we started, from 2013 rather, we started winning medals in the Southeast Asian Games, in virtually all sports.
But is that what can be strikingly missing in the Nigerian setup?
No, that's obvious, because even in modern world, in the US and Europe, kids start to play from the age of 5 or 2 or 3. That's when they learn the rudiments. Let's look at Iwobi, for example. Iwobi joined Arsenal at the age of 6 or 7. You understand me? He's just 23. He spent 17 years with Arsenal. You understand me? So he has, all his life, has been playing football at professional level, learning the basics. So this is what we identified, and this is what we do, and that's what is really missing in Nigeria.
In Nigeria. I see. You left Nigeria at age 9.
Yes, sir.
You didn't quite start with basketball. You went to Arsenal school, football team, school in London.
Academy, yes.
And you started learning there. And before you moved over to United States, where you, I'm sure you were really baptized in basketball. And everybody knows that basketball, United States is the home of basketball.
Yes, sir.
And here you are in Nigeria. I'm sure you have been to 1 or 2, 3 basketball scenarios in Nigeria. What struck your attention between London, United States, and Nigeria in basketball?
A lot of different things. I think going back to what he said, the development program is a little bit different. And like he said, they start at a younger age, and their mindset is always to get better at a young age. So it's I think most of the kids here, or the youth programs here, the kids are just playing for fun at first. They're not as serious about it. But over in some other countries like the US, at a young age, they already have the mindset that they want to be professional someday. So that is a thing that motivates them a lot. And everyone is trying to be good. Everyone is trying to be the best they can be. So, so I think that's one thing that I can see that is a big difference.
At what age did you start?
Playing basketball?
Perhaps soccer. I'm sure you started with soccer before.
Soccer, I've been playing my whole life, honestly. Soccer, I've been playing my whole life. So it's probably around the age of 5, 4.
You started watching me when I was a player. I used to take him to the stadium when I was playing in Oyo, in Iseyin. So that's where it developed the interest. I think probably at the age of 2.
Okay. Prof, youth development in Nigeria needs serious attention. What would you tell the government of Nigeria?
Well, I will not talk to the government first. I want to start with the parents.
Okay.
You understand? He's my son. I like sports, but I didn't force him to like sports. The fact is that I make him, from when he was 2, I take him to the stadium. He was watching me playing. Sometimes he even run into the field when we were playing. So he begins to develop that interest. Then I bought football for him, and then he started playing. Sometimes even his grandfather will encourage him. So that's where it starts from. It starts from the home. But here in Nigeria, you see some parents, don't go to play football or don't play sports. They beat the child. You understand me? So this is where the encouragement comes from. Then talking about the government, we are talking about government needs to create enabling environment, facilities. We've been going to Roe Park from Ojodu-Bega. It takes us, an average, if you want to ride by normal buses, it takes you almost about 500 or 600 naira to and fro. How many parents can afford that?
For their
you understand me?
works.
And he needs to go to train at the Roe Park 3-4 times a week. You get the point? How many parents can afford that? So what we're saying is that the government should be able to set up parks, community centers at various places, so then kids will have access to play. There's something Humphrey didn't say, which I would say here, how he got into basketball. He went to the US with the mindset to play football. But when he got there, he saw hoops almost everywhere on the streets.
Everywhere.
Every home has an hoop. And one day he was just practicing with his football and trying the hoops. And then one of the coaches saw him and said, hey, you have the height, why are you not in the basketball team? Unfortunately, that was the coach that was in the same school with him. And that was how he was playing basketball and football in the same school. So what I'm saying in a nutshell, Mr. Emenike, is that the government need to create the basic facilities. And once that is on, the enthusiasm from kids, like he just said, kids play for fun, but at the same time, they develop the desire to become professionals right from when they are young.
One last question, Prof. What is how would schools, especially school sports, be revitalized in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. That's another area we need to talk about. I see a lot. I've been traveling around, moving around. I've been to almost 4 or 5 cities. And one thing that is unique is
because you mentioned schools in Cambodia.
One thing that is unique is there are schools almost everywhere. In a street, I saw in a street about 6-5 schools. But the thing is, they have no facility for sport. So they don't even have physical education in their curriculum. So we are missing a very, very important aspect of youth development. So what I offered, when I went to the area I set up my academy in Mowe, I went to the schools and I told them, I said, okay, I will rent a field and I will provide coaches, and you just tell me 1 or 2 days you have your physical education, and you come to my center to train. You understand? So it comes back again to the community centers. The government needs to help these schools build a community center for the schools, and then they can go to practice.
Wow. When I have a professor in the studio, a professor in sports in the studio, 2 hours is not going to be enough. He's still in Nigeria, and I promise he will be back. There is so much to benefit from his wealth of experience. But just before you go, Humphrey,
yes, sir.
What next for you? Share your dreams with us.
My dreams, I have a lot. I think I want to continue to go to school. I want to further my education and continue to play basketball at the university level. And coming to Nigeria has motivated me a lot because I see where I'm from. I see a lot of things. And I see that life here is different from some other places that I've been. So I think that is a blessing that I have to be able to realize that it's not always easy, and I have to work hard to get to the goal I want to be.
Absolutely.
But eventually, I want to be a professional basketball player. So that's
absolutely,
that's the dream I have for myself.
Absolutely. You know, that Nigerian coach Ujiri just won the NBA title.
Exactly.
For Colorado, for Toronto, for Toronto, and he brought the basketball trophy back to Nigeria, and we've been celebrating Ujiri, you know, in the past couple of days. I thank you so much. I thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
How do you say thank you?
On contrary.
On contrary. Okay. On contrary. On contrary. That's in Cambodia. But that's Professor Ken Gadaffi sharing, you know, a wealth of experience in sports development, especially youth development in sports, from Cambodia to Nigeria, from China to Cambodia, Cambodia to Nigeria, and we wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
Take this,
Yes,
brother. Okay. All right. My 5 and 6 is on the other side today. That's Bala Okidiabe, who's done a wonderful job at the other side. But let's close this show on a football note. You know, all right. You have seen the UEFA Champions Super Cup settled over the week, so it's no more news, but the money aspect of it is what is news. 3.5 million pounds. That's a lot of money. When will Africa get to that point? You know, when will African teams make so much money, you know, winning just a trophy? But sports has become big business. Prof will tell us more in the days ahead when he returns into the studio here, how sports has become big business. All right, but let's close the show talking La Liga, that got off on a beautiful note in Spain, but on a sour note for Barcelona, the champions. They lost by a lone goal to Athletic Bilbao. Beautiful goal that would be goal of the season for Sports Safari right here on Loveworld Plus. Emenike Agu is my name. On behalf of Bala Okidiave, I say enjoy the week, and once again, on contrary. Bye for now and stay beautiful.
Football Club Barcelona's La Liga title defence began in the Friday night fixture at San Mamés against Athletic Club. It was a debut for Antoine Griezmann, but it was Iñaki Williams of Athletic Club who had the first shot of the game. It required action from Marc-Andre ter Stegen to keep out his right-footed drive. One of the first opportunities from Barca came about as a result of a wayward back pass. It fell to Luis Suarez, who had already been struggling. He turned and hit the post and was then taken off to be replaced by Rafinha, who also had an effort tipped onto the crossbar by Unai Simon, the goalkeeper. After a goalless first half, Rafinha tried again in the second period, with Antoine Griezmann waiting in the middle, but it was up to the veteran striker Arisadouris, who came on in place of Iñaki Williams late on to break the deadlock and provide a magnificent opening goal of the 2019-2020 season. A bicycle kick from the 38-year-old, handing Athletic Club a shock victory on the opening day of the season. The final score, Athletic Club 1, Football Club Barcelona 0.